There we are. There we are. Saturday morning, bright and early, beautiful. A little bit of wind blowing right there. See what's going on? Where are we? Well, we're still in Midway, Florida. This right here, Highway 90. That right there, Ernie's feet. That right there, Mr. Ernie. How you doing this morning, Ernie?
I do great.
Yeah? What are we doing this morning? 4 miles?
A little less, I think.
A little less than 4 miles. That way. You guys can't see it yet, but the finish line's up there. We got all these folks came out here this morning. What better way to spend a Saturday than come run with Mr. Ernie? What do we got back here? Let's see. We have a Gadsden County Sheriff's Deputy, and we have FHP Patricia back there with the state for our escorts, and we got Ginger.
And Ginger.
We got Ginger right here. She's already YouTube famous from before. Good girl. And we are gonna knock this out. We're gonna get 4 miles closer to San Diego. Every day. We're gonna have to meet all these folks because I see some new faces and stuff.
I work there with about this distance is all I make walking, and I have to be holding on to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have an independent videographer following us around. We're gonna see them in and out of all these pictures and stuff. Doing a story on Mr. Ernie. Getting some good stuff.
I had some relatives that come from Canada to visit. I was about 18 years old and they want to go for a walk. And there's a fast pace. There's a fast walk. So I walked with him, and then after 2 miles about killed me.
Yeah. It's featured.
I got to run it, and there was no problem.
Walking. And the exhibit they have there. And apparently, I guess, so John Young, who's an astronaut, he had the distinction of being the only one. He was the first shuttle
They
astronaut.
call it a brisk walk.
Literally flew the first shuttle.
They can
And
have
he was
those.
also a Apollo astronaut, so he kind of was the crossover guy.
Alan said
But
you're
I
originally
guess
from
at some
California.
Yeah, that's
point,
California.
What part of
and
Well,
they
that was
gave
in
him this
Arizona.
orange
But,
drive. The two guys were up there.
yeah, I lived in La Crescenta, California. That's right by, close to
Didn't realize they
Pasadena
were
there.
blind. And so they were complaining about this orange drink making them
So it's
sick.
between us and La Cañada.
And
Or is
I guess he got
Altadena,
in the
La
official
Cañada, and
recordings.
then La Crescenta. In fact, I live right on the border of La
It was
Crescenta and
such
La
a big deal
Cañada.
that it ended up causing legislation to create the distinction between what, because he kept saying like,
Alrighty, Facebook back again. You know why we're back. You know why I'm showing you Ernie. You know why it's the second time, because the finish is right up there. We are right up over there. My dear friend, blind Brenda, cannot see the finish, but Brenda, I swear to you that it's up there. Little white sign right between the car and the stop sign. Can you see that? Nope. Too bad. Anyway, here we are. Ernie is coming in to the end of 4 miles this morning. He tore it up today. Did a great pace. This is still our crew. We got all the people. We got all the dogs. We got Ginger right here. Go girl, Ginger. That's the way. And we're coming in hot. We are coming in hot right here. We're up here by the Florida Public Safety Institute, by their academy, and we're by the Gadsden County High School. And Brenda, can you see it yet? For heaven's sakes, Brenda, work with me. It's right there. Here, I'll point at it, Brenda. Ready? Right there. See it? Right there. All right, here we go. Let's watch Ernie come in.
4 miles.
Little bit of a step down right here, Ernie. Too bad. He's going literally to this little white sign over here. There it is. There he is. That's the way, Ernie!
All right.
One more, big guy. Right there, here we go. We are calling that.
How you feel? All right.
Good job.
We probably want to get a group picture.
Absolutely. I'm going to shut this thing off and we're going to get some pictures. All right, hi Facebook Live. We got to be quiet. This is going to be a live interview with Ernie right now. It's not live. It's not on the air, but it's going to be, I forget what channel. We'll let you all know, but this interview is going to be happening. We're going to go over, we're going to Facebook Live it, and I have to be quiet. So here we go.
Wow. About 80% of it. Yeah.
Ready?
You think we can talk to the lawnmower people for just like 10 minutes? Do you think
Couldn't hurt to ask them.
Yeah, I mean, like your audio. It's going to pick it up. I know it is. Yeah. So,
He ain't never going to be done. It's probably going to be his hours.
yeah. Going down there. We'll do it now. It's just a cool.
Just go ask them. Couldn't hurt. All right, temporary break in the action right now. This right here. This is Jackson, by the way. Jackson's
Hello,
here
I'm
helping
Jackson.
out with this interview. This right here is the camera that's going to do it. The microphone's going to record it. Camera looking at a camera. What do you guys think of that? This right here, this Mr. Ernie. Look at that flag up there behind him. Isn't that something? It's going to be during the whole interview like that. Ernie's chilling right here in this chair that we got out of Camping World. They donated it for the cause today, just to let him be comfortable for the interview. This is what it'll look like if you were Ernie looking at the camera, and Jackson. I know Facebook right now is going, man, what are you doing? You're making us all like crazy.
Did you want a picture of this?
He's working on that side, so let's take advantage of it while we've got it.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna go shh.
Every once in a while, I may just stop, you know. All right, Mr. Andrus. Okay, for starters, first, thank you for your service. And
You gotta speak up, man.
can you? I'm not supposed to be on there anyway.
I know you,
It's just
but you
all
can't
him.
hear you.
Oh, okay. So can you tell us a little bit about your service in World War II, what branch you served, and where you were deployed, and during what years?
Well, I joined the Navy as soon as I heard that we were at war, and that Pearl Harbor had been bombed. So I joined the Navy, and I volunteered for the hospital corps, knowing I couldn't kill anybody. And then I shipped out on a transport, the USS Rochambeau, AP-63. Did about 3 trips, taking troops over and bringing the wounded back. Served the whole war in the Pacific. After 3 trips, I got off the ship in Oakland and went to Treasure Island, and picked up from there. I picked up a merchant marine ship and went back out to New Caledonia. And in New Caledonia, I went aboard the LST-124. That was when we did all the island hopping and taking the troops, taking the islands back away from the Japanese. So I served the rest of the war on the LST. My job was just keep those Marines alive. Never lost a patient. About 90% of the corpsmen were on the beach with the Marines, and they would apply the tourniquets and would give them a shot of morphine, just get them on a stretcher, bring them to us, and we just had to keep them alive. If I keep them alive till I get them onto a hospital ship or somewhere. And just before the war ended, they decided I'd been out there longer than anybody else, and the others were going home, so they decided I should go home. So I finally got a replacement. Got back to California. The war ended. So I served out. I had to serve another 6 months. So I went to Long Beach Naval Hospital. They'd asked me what I wanted because all of my senior, I take what you want, you know. So I went to Long Beach Naval Hospital there in California, close to home. Yep, I get a volunteer for transportation, so I can bring my car on the base. And that's it. I served out. They got out in December after the war. So what else you need?
Yes, sir. I got a couple of photographs. Make sure this is right here. All right. So, next question is, so those who served in World War II had to endure some grueling conditions. Can you tell us how your military training prepared you for your run?
Well, the training, was rushing us through so fast. You had to be pretty good to learn anything. Some guys, I know a lot of guys were that good, but I didn't learn anything. When I got in boot camp, they had me out fitting clothes for the boots for the first 2 weeks. And for the next 3 weeks, I did a little marching and a few semaphores, little KP duty. Didn't learn anything. Then they sent me to hospital corps school. 5 weeks of hospital corps school, throwing everything at you that a doctor learns in 4 years. I didn't learn anything. And then I went to a Corona Naval Hospital in California for a couple of months training. Gave a few shots, passed out a few pills, more KP duty, you know, didn't learn anything there. So then I took a train, took three days to get from Los Angeles to Oakland because they held up our plane. All trains seemed to have priority over us. We got up to Oakland, went aboard the Rochambeau, and that's where I started learning something about being a hospital corpsman. I was learning it firsthand. So I have a few months on the transport where we pick up all the wounded, we pick them up out on the islands, and we pick them up in Australia, New Zealand, and bring it back to the United States. And had my chance to learn a little bit about what you nowadays call a paramedic, corpsman. So that's where I got my experience, just being there and doing it, you know.
And that's prepared you for running?
Nothing was prepared me running. My mother said I was 8 months old when I stood up, and I didn't walk. She said I ran. And never learned to walk until I was 40. I just ran everywhere. And I just was always like to run. I never ran anything in any races until after I retired. The year I retired was the same year the Olympics came to Los Angeles. So I went down and did the 10K for the Olympic torchbearers in Huntington Beach, California. And I liked that. That was fun. So after that, every time I was retired then, so everything that came along, 5Ks, 10Ks, I would run them all. Never ran any half marathons till I was 87 years old when I ran the first half marathon. Ran my last one when I was 89. Then my first 200-mile relay when I was 88. And so that's when I decided I was going to do this cross country. It just sounded like something fun to do. And when I was doing my 200-mile relay, and I get so much attention, people want my autograph and picture taken because nobody that old had ever run a regular 200 before. And I thought, well, get this much attention with an 88-year-old running in a relay. How about a 90-year-old running coast to coast? I thought maybe I could raise enough money to get the ship back over to Normandy. It's just sort of a dream of a few of us. We sort of would like to do that just for a Memorial Day service, you know, get it over and bring it back. That takes a lot of money. I talked to Captain Bob Jordan. He said it'll never happen. I said, well, I can try. So I'm trying. Not much hoping raising that much money, but whatever I raise keeps the ship going, or they're taking it around to other ports. I was on it last year up in Iowa. We took it up to Mississippi. This year, they're in August, September, they're taking it down to Tennessee and Alabama, back up in Indiana. But I won't be on it. I'll be running the Panhandle.
Secondary lifeboat. So at least I just realized I can, if I have two sound sources, I can eliminate the noise from one of them. Okay. So next is, can you tell us about the first time you came up with the idea of running cross country?
Well,
And,
I was at my home in Prescott, Arizona, and a friend of mine there that he arranges a lot of the runs up in there in that area. And he told me that there was a guy from Great Britain that was running across every country. And he was, as he ran through the United States, he came through Prescott and he stayed overnight at this guy's house. And so as he was telling me about this guy, I thought, gee, that'd be something fun to do. So I started thinking about it because, you know, I'm retired and I like to run, and so I decided I think I'll do it. So when I did this run here, Ernie Goes to Regnar, that's when I was getting LV recognition. So that's when I decided maybe I can raise some money for the ship. So I just add that to my run. And I did fairly good, not anywhere near enough to take it to Normandy, but.
So who was it that you told about the idea when you first thought of it?
When I first thought of it, I had this guy in Arizona that I knew, and the captain and her husband of this team. I had them invite them to lunch. I said, you guys know a lot about setting up runs, and I just need some advice. And we went over it. They're the first ones that told. They didn't think I could do it. They're surprised now. They're very proud that I did it, because that's when I made the decision, was with them, you know. And well, I guess I covered it.
So next, so tell us what inspired you to do this again at age 95?
Well, I had so much fun and made so many friends, literally thousands of friends, running across the United States. And I thought, you know, next to the Regnar 200-mile relays, this was the most fun. And I made so many friends, and I've got thousands of people that have come on Facebook and told me that I have inspired them to get back to exercise, and that gives a good feeling. And so I was there, bought a home there in Banning, California, on the Sun Lakes Country Club. Beautiful area to run on, but you get a little bored running the same thing 3 days a week. So I got a little bored, and I gotta get back on the highway where I really enjoy it. Sort of memory lane. Go back and meet all my old friends, run the same thing in reverse. So when I decided to do it, told John I was going to do it here, and he said he'd go with me. He took an early retirement. He's coming along with me, because I don't know if I could do it myself this time. Going the other time, I was doing it alone, but I got help this time in my old age.
That's good. It's always good to have to be safe. So can you tell me about the reaction from your friends when you told them you were going to run cross country at your age?
Nobody thought I could do it. My daughters, they humored me. They came to the start on the first run. And, they just went to breakfast while I did the run all alone. and my son-in-law picked me up to get me back to the car. They just didn't dream that I'd ever be able to do it. And I knew I could do it. So I just went ahead and kept planning. My one daughter stayed with me there for a couple of weeks. But she just didn't run with me much. She just would drop me off at the start, go have a cup of coffee and meet me at the finish. But, you know, by the time, and I talked to the police about escorts, and they, you know, that's old man's dream, and he can't do that, you know. They didn't take any interest. So I just had to do it on my own. But as I hit the newspapers, I started getting people show up, run with me, and people took an interest. But I had to get almost to Texas before the police and everybody's really started taking notice. Hey, this guy's going to do it. Now they all want in on the action. Well, you know, you take a state trooper, he's out there cruising the highway anyhow. He might as well be doing something, you know. This doesn't cost him anything. If he gets a call, he goes, you know, take off.
This is for a good cause.
Yeah.
So, does your faith play a role in being able to do this?
Well, yeah, I think so. I know, you know, ever since I got in my older age and breaking a few records, and people are always asking me, "Do you think you can do that?" And I said, "I don't know if I can or not, but the Lord can, and if He wants me to, I will." And that's the same thing I say now. I can't guarantee I'm going to live to be 100 years old, but hey, if He wants me to, I will. You know?
So we may have already answered it in this question, but in one word, why?
For the fun, adventure. Never could turn down an adventure. Me and my two brothers, even back on the farm, we were always out looking something to do, some adventure, get in trouble. You know?
Okay, so in every life experience teaches us something, and I guess in your experience, what have you learned from this whole thing?
I've learned that a lot of things. I've learned that Southern hospitality is not just a cliche; it is for real. I found, especially coming through the South, I found a lot of patriotism, lots of Christians, a lot of people, believers. I really love the South. You know, as they're coming through, you get to love it. When I ran through Texas, it took me 9 months to get across Texas. And man, I love Texas and the people there.
Texas is how long did it take you to go through Texas?
9 months.
Wow, big state.
A child was born within that amount of time.
So you know, a woman.
Yeah.
Red, White, and Blue said they were going to be there to welcome me into Texas, but they didn't show up because it was too far for them. But I had a group showed up from there in New Mexico to see me off, and this one woman asked me, "How long is it going to take you to get across Texas?" I said, "You can have a baby by the time you get there."
That's great.
Any final thoughts? Anything else you'd like to add from this?
I would like people to know that they can go on to coast2coast.com and use the number 2, C-O-A-S-T, then the number 2, and then COASTRUNS.com. And there's an opportunity to donate to the ship. There's an opportunity to sponsor me, and you can either pick up T-shirts and my book, my autobiography, which is called Bare Feet to Running Shoes.
Sounds good. I appreciate your time, Mr. Ernie.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Everybody will be leaving the time we get to breakfast. Probably they'll probably be gone.
All right, that's a wrap, Facebook. Bye-bye.